Well, this was very obvious. The Bengals have informed T. Higgins that he will receive the franchise tag. And here's what's surprising: how early we're doing this. Normally, this happens early March when the franchise tag window starts to become a thing, because usually you inform the player right before you're about to give him the franchise tag. Well, that simply is not the case here. They're actually telling him he's going to get the franchise tag before the combine. And why is that? Because they don't want other teams to try to recruit him at the combine. And it seems like this might be one of those factors where it's like the Bengals are tired of it. They're tired of other teams trying to talk to T and trying to get him to go to their team. So he's like, you know what? They're like, you know what? No more. T, we're giving you the exclusive franchise tag. And yes, it's the exclusive, not the non-exclusive. Based on what it says here, he is going to be getting a 1 year, $21.816 million. So, interestingly enough, because I've figured the franchise tag would be $25 million, because that's usually how you work the exclusive franchise tag. It's the top 5 salaries that said player position, divide by 5. So, I thought it was $125 million for all the top 5 salaries combined. Divided by 5 is 25, but I was actually incorrect. It's 21.816, which means the non-exclusive tag, which is you trade 2 first-round picks and then you can talk to our guy, is 19.5. So it's 19.5 and 21.816. That's the differences in the thing. Keep in mind, franchise tag is fully guaranteed. So when it comes to this, he would be getting $21.816 million fully guaranteed if he does go ahead and sign this franchise tag. Now, again, the goal here is not to have him play on the franchise tag. I know a lot of people get confused when they hear this and they think this. This is not the goal in any way possible. What this pretty much is it's a way to push down the road a future contract with him. So they want to work out a future contract. It's been very much known that they're trying to work out a future contract with T. Higgins. So what they're going to do here is by franchise tagging him, not only are you telling him early, because say, listen, man, we're going to work with this contract. We're going to figure it out. We're going to get it done. We're going to push it down the line. You do it early, but you also give yourself until July 26th to get this contract done. This gives you plenty of time to go through free agency, through the combine, through the draft, and kind of figure out where you're going and where you're heading in certain directions, right? So it just gives the Bengals a little bit more luxury of being able to say, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to figure things out. Now, as of July 26th, that's when things start going into effect. What I mean by that is that's when the player has to sign the franchise tag. Before that, they do not have to sign the franchise tag until July 26th. July 26th will then proceed. They've signed the franchise tag, and there is no contracts that can be worked out into the next league year. Which it means is you can't figure out a long-term contract. After July 26th, let's say you go into August, and T's like, hey, listen, Bengals, I like the offer you gave me of 4 years, $20 million, whatever. He can't sign it. You cannot sign a player after that franchise tag window is closed and is signed. So that's the only dilemma here when it comes to franchise tag is if you don't figure out a contract before that said period, that player now is on that franchise tag. He can still be traded. He can still be, sent to somebody else. But when it comes to signing a long-term contract, he cannot. Not into the next league year. So it's kind of one of those situations where it's like, okay, it's, you want to get that you got to get that contract done before July 26th. Now, for those who are saying, well, what if T doesn't sign the franchise tag? What if he refuses? Well, first off, it makes no sense why he would refuse the franchise tag. He's coming off of not the best year possible, right? Let's be honest. He had injuries. Joe Burrow went down for a little bit of time. Then he goes down even more. Well, I say a little bit of time. He wasn't 100% in the first 4 games of the season. Then he gets hurt, and now he's out for the rest of the season. And again, T's also dealt with injuries as well. He's not coming off a great year when it comes to numbers. That's why he's going to want to take this franchise tag. He gets a guaranteed $21.816 million off coming off a really bad year. Then next year, let's say he goes out there and he goes off. Absolutely insane. Joe plays the whole entire season like he will, and we go win the Super Bowl. T. Higgins is a 1,200-yard receiver. He's just going crazy. Everything is amazing. He's going to get the bag. If we don't sign him to a long-term contract, and this is why, it's even more amped for us to try to get a contract done with T, and a long-term contract that is, not a short-term, a long-term contract, is because we're most likely, and I say most likely as in I think there's a 99% chance we win the Super Bowl next year. If we win the Super Bowl next year, that means T. Higgins is going to go off. Jamar Chase is going to go off. Right? And that's why Chase, by the way, a little shout out here. I know Chase's contract, he still has 2 years on his rookie deal, but he is eligible for an extension this offseason. And because of that, he wants to get paid. He's been very vocal. He wants his money now. He doesn't want to wait and play the rest of his rookie contract. He's not going to do that. So, for those who are like, well, we can wait on Jamar Chase. No, we can't. Chase wants to get paid. Justin Jefferson's about to get paid, and he wants to get paid a little bit more than Justin Jefferson. And he's been very vocal about wanting his contract now. He doesn't want to wait. He doesn't want to play on the rest of his rookie contract. So, even though he's eligible right now for extension, the second he's eligible, he wants that extension. He wants that rookie contract thrown away. So, the little side note there, we are going to have to get Chase a contract too. But, which also, again, puts another $30 million of salary cap, or 25, whatever it ends up being, with Chase, on our salary cap here. Plus T. Higgins now, who, again, if we don't sign a long-term contract, it's going to eat up 21.816. If we do, yeah. And it's very possible that part of T. Higgins' contract, his new contract, will work out with him. He might say, hey, listen, I want this franchise tag. I don't want to play on this franchise tag, obviously. But he might say, I want this next year to be that right there. I want the next year to be 21.816 fully guaranteed. And then I want the rest of my contract to get worked out. Which, if he does that, that would be very anti-team friendly. Which, hey, listen, he's going to want to get paid the money he wants to get paid. But that will kind of screw us over when it comes to salary cap. But, again, like I said, it'll be interesting to see how he works this out. But this is something that we knew was coming for a very long time. We knew was going to happen. And it's just pushing the can down the road. And that's really how most football teams work at this point. Push the can down the road, you hope you figure something out, and everything is hunky-dory. Tag me down below your thoughts and opinions, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.